There is another effect. What is it? Their resolve to seek the forgiveness of Allah becomes weaker and weaker and weaker. So you seek forgiveness sometimes, right? We seek forgiveness daily sometimes. Then you commit a sin. It knocks you. You don't feel like engaging in the acts of worship like I mentioned a little bit earlier. And then what happens? You say, okay, I will make tawbah. I will make it. When? I will. You know that word will is loose-ended. You don't know when. I will. I am is what you're supposed to say. I am asking Allah's forgiveness here and now. Similarly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكًا وَنَحْشُرُهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ أَعْمَى. Whoever turns away from our reminder, from our revelation, whoever turns away from the instruction of Allah, the first thing we do to them is we give them a life that is very narrow. No matter how broad it may be, it's very narrow for them. Everything seems negative. Even the most positive of things, you look at them as negative. So Allah says you have a life that is dhank. You know, it's actually very, very sad, depressed, and at the same time narrow. It feels like you don't want to live anymore. Why? Because you've turned away from Allah. So if this is happening because you've turned away from Allah, you need to do something about it. And Allah says on the day of judgment, we will resurrect them blind. The verse continues to say, the person will say, oh Allah, I could see in the world, why am I blind now? And Allah says, you turned a blind eye to our revelation, so today you are blind. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not do that to us. Then we have a very dangerous effect, and that is where Allah leaves you. Imagine, Allah loves everyone, but there comes a stage where a person continues to engage in serious, major sin, one after the other. So Allah says, he's forgotten me totally, I'm going to forget him. Forget him not in the sense that Allah doesn't know about you and doesn't know you, but He doesn't have mercy on you anymore. Until you turn back to Him. Because now you've got to a stage where you're sinning one after the other for a long time. The minute you say a word that is positive, you find the mercy of Allah coming back to you. One word. They say, even if you say Allah, Allah, you know, even by error, Allahu Akbar. May Allah grant us goodness. Even by error, it will help you. Why? Because that's the name of Allah. I'm sure you're aware of a hadith where